Lots of people wrongly believe that when you give your heart to the Lord Jesus Christ, or you believe in Him and you start coming to church and getting in around that, that all of a sudden you've got to stop doing this and you've got to stop doing that and you've got to this and you've got to that. And in many respects, nothing could actually be further from the truth. Now, for the purpose of this video, I'll keep it very brief. I'll tell you a little story just to illustrate my point. So the story I was going to tell you was that some of you might know that are watching this video that I gave my heart to the Lord when I was 9 years old. And I fell away from it in my teenage years when I got to about 14 or 15. That lure of the nightclubs and the nightlife really took hold of me. And let me tell you, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And I think we counted that maybe 8 years, almost solid, we'd be drinking every Friday, Saturday night, you know, and into the pub during the week for a game of pool and a couple of beers and stuff. And of course, my chosen drink was whiskey. So, you know, each Friday and Saturday night, I have a quarter bottle of whiskey, a couple of beers, and then we get a taxi up to the sort of nightlife in our local town here, hit a couple of the pubs, get to the nightclub, and this was the routine. And of course, the big thing for me, aside from the occasional drugs and the alcohol, was womanizing. So I don't really need to do too far into that. I was very proud of it at the time. I'm certainly sort of not proud of it now, but that was the life that I led. And guys, I'll tell you, I just adored it. I just loved it. The smells, the noise, the music, the dancing, the women. Obviously, that this was the way things was. But I came back to the Lord in 2002, and when I was at that stage, I kind of reconnected with God. That God I knew when I was young, right up till 14, 15 years old, and it was tremendous. It really was tremendous to be back with Him. And in the first year of being a Christian, or a backslidden Christian, it's more that what I was. There can be a few temptations and some challenges that sort of come along. But when I encountered God again, you know, those same mates could have came in and said, "Oh, here's a six pack of bud. Let's go and head up the high street and and go and do our things." If they came in to do that in that first year, that was like them offering me an M&M, you know, a little chocolate M&M, tiny little chocolate M&M, compared to God, who was this huge, huge chocolate cake. That's the way that it turned out. And this is one of the things I think that really hold people back from coming to God, because they think they'll have to sacrifice this or stop doing that. Friend, when you encounter God, you won't have to stop anything. You'll want to. That stuff just won't satisfy you the same way that it did before at all. And that is the truth. And, you know, sorry again, guys, you know, it's like this, you know, if you've never tasted an apple before, you know, you have to take a bite. The only thing I can do is just offer you that apple to take a bite. But, you know, sacrifice and giving things up, yeah, if you're really serious about your walk with the Lord, if you're serious about being a pastor or serving in the church, of course, you know, there's things you sacrifice. But you do those things because you want to, not because you have to. You're completely free. And friend, if this is something that's holding you back, you think you have to give a lot of these things up, guys, it's nonsense. You're going to get something so much better. Guaranteed, you're going to get something so much better. And all those things that you think that you need just now, you just won't need them. You just won't need them. Can you see where I'm coming from here? You know, God doesn't want you getting drunk. You know, He doesn't want you drinking. You can drink in moderation as a Christian person, of course you can. But it's precisely that point when you look at yourself and you think none of those things can satisfy. None of them can, because you've just met the Creator and the Maker of heaven and earth. So this was the first in this little 10-part series. And again, I'm just trying to keep these videos really brief. I'm recovering from surgery at the moment, so you know, I'm doing this season just now because I really want to, because it's something I really want to. Like I said, if you want to know a little bit more about us, the website is thetribulationsoldier.com, and you'll find out all about our ministry. You'll find out all about us. There's videos of our family, of motorbike vlogs and all sorts of stuff, you know. So if you want to know a little bit more about me, head on there. But I've got 9 more reasons for the things that might hold you back from God. And I'm determined to absolutely convince you that it's the most wonderful thing that you could do in your entire life is give your heart to the Lord Jesus Christ.